Hey guys, it's Jessica Borden from KW East Brainerd. I just wanted to walk through really quickly about how to do a monthly neighborhood nurture for your clients. The first thing that I want to call your attention to is underneath the SmartPlans button on this left-hand menu. It is the fourth icon down on the left-hand side. So when you click on SmartPlans, the first thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that you have your neighborhood nurture out inside of your SmartPlans. So when you first come in here and you haven't done anything with SmartPlans, you won't have anything under My SmartPlans. So you're going to need to go over to your library at the top, and then you'll go and find your monthly neighborhood nurture, or if you would prefer it, your bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, and add that SmartPlan to your library. So all you'll have to do is click on Add SmartPlan, and it's going to add that over to your library. So you'll click on that, click apply, and it'll move it over to your library. Okay? So that's the first thing that you're going to want to do. The next thing that you want to do is really make sure that the contacts that you're putting in have all of the good information that they need in order to get a monthly neighborhood nurture. So we're going to look at a contact record really quickly so that you can see the information that someone needs. So in order to have a monthly neighborhood nurture be successful, you are going to need an email address. That's the first thing. The next thing that you're going to need is a mailing address for their house, right? The house where they live. Or you're going to want to make sure that you add neighborhoods where they want to live or where they currently live. Remember that these neighborhoods are identified by the next door neighborhood markers. So where you may know a neighborhood as, for instance, this neighborhood is Yorktown Woods. It's not Yorktown Woods in here, it's Standifer Gap Road. So if you don't know the name of the marker in next door, that's okay. If you click Add Neighborhood, you can click Find on Map, and that'll allow you to come into the map and kind of scroll in on the area where they live. If you've entered their mailing address, it's going to put their pinpoint on the map. So you're going to be able to see what neighborhood that their house is inside. So I can see he's right here. So I can select that neighborhood and then I can save it to his record. I can also select a neighborhood where maybe he wants to live when he moves. So maybe he's a seller and he's going to sell this house, but he wants to move and live over here. So I could also add this one. So I can add multiple neighborhoods to his neighborhood nurture. So those are the first couple of things you want to make sure you have in your contact record. The very first time that you walk through the monthly neighborhood nurture, I would recommend to walk through this Kelle guide that's inside of the contact record. So you'll come into the first contact record that you want to set everything up with and click on View Kelle Guide. So when you go into the Kelle guide, it's going to walk you through several steps to make sure that everything is the way that you want it to be. So when you click Get Started, it's going to walk through the landing page that they see with the marketing information about you. So in order to configure this, you're going to go through clicking the blue arrows. So you'll click the first blue arrow and you'll be working with the information up here. And then you can enter or add or adjust anything that's needed. Next, you're going to be making sure that your photograph is correct, that your logo is correct, that your information about your license and your broker is correct. Okay, so you want to make sure all that stuff is correct. Okay, so then the next thing you'll have is your social media links. The best thing that you can do is go over to your social media and, like, for instance, if I was going to my profile and I was sharing my personal profile, I would click this URL bar up here and I would copy that and paste it over here in the Facebook. But typically what you're going to want to do with that is use your Facebook business page, which I've got that over here. So you're going to want to use your business page, okay? So that's what I would definitely recommend. So just make sure you have all of these guys on here the way that you want them, okay? So lastly on this part is the legal footer. So the legal footer, if you scroll down, it's going to show you this bit right here, what the information is that they need to know about each office independently owned and operated, everything that they need to know about our disclaimering statement. And then once you click next, let's see. I think my internet's moving slow. You can go back to the next step. Okay, so I'm going to skip this step. There we go. It moved forward finally. So the next part that you're going to do is you're going to configure your email. So configuring your email is important. You want to make sure that you have your email address entered in here. So if they clicked reply, that it would reply back to you. Okay. And this is also how it shows up when it emails to them. So you just want to make sure that it's here. If it doesn't, if it says edit, that means that you've already entered it. If it says configure, then you'll configure it. For this particular smart plan for monthly neighborhood nurture or biweekly neighborhood nurture, you don't need any SMS or text messaging. Even though it says I have my Twilio account connected, it's not using that. So I'll click continue. And then as far as the next part right here, this is enabling your smart plan. So this is step 3. You're going to go in and you'll either select your monthly neighborhood nurture or biweekly neighborhood nurture, and you will click on add smart plan. And then it's got the smart plan ready for you. Okay. And when you click next, it's going to give you a summary of what's going to happen with all of your smart plans that you have enabled. And then you can click continue. Okay, so once you've done that, that's just making sure that your smart plan setup is configured. Okay, so that actually did not add him to the smart plan, but that's the first thing that you're going to want to do to make sure everything is working. So in order to add people to smart plans, you have a couple of choices. I like doing it this way. I like coming into my contacts and either searching for an individual contact, going to those contacts, and adding to smart plan right here by clicking add to smart plan and selecting the one I want to subscribe them to right here. The other way that you can do this is if you're in contacts and you search for a specific contact or contacts, you can check the box next to them and click add to smart plan. Okay, so the next thing that you could do is you might want to select a whole group of people, right? You may want to filter out people with a certain tag. So I might want to put in all of my, let's see, I'll do KW agents, right? I may want all of my KW agents that I want to find, right? I might want to add them all to my smart plan. Maybe it's a referral smart plan, but just pretend KW agent is like buyers. So from here, I can select the people page by page and add them to a smart plan. So you can bulk add people. You can also see more than 10. You can see 10, 25, or 50. So you can do 10, 25, or 50 at a time. So those are a couple ways you can add smart plans. The final way, there's another way, of course, that you can add is going back to this actual smart plan section, right? And then clicking the add contact button next to monthly neighborhood nurture. You can then search by tags. So again, if I wanted to do all of my people that are tagged with a specific tag, it will show me all the people that are that tag, and I would be able to select all or select some, right? And then I can add them to the smart plan. So you just want to make sure though that the people that you're adding to your smart plan actually have an email and an address and or a neighborhood in there, just because you want to make sure that it's going to send them that information. So I hope that that gives you guys kind of some clarity around this. And if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me, Jessica Borden at KW.com. Have a great day.